Hey, what's going on everybody, and welcome back to the channel. So in this episode we're going to look at how to create a new user and insert that user into the database. Alright, so let's get straight into the code. So this is the code that we created in the previous episode. So we're going to extend this with some new functionality. But you want to start off in the terminal, and in the terminal you want to write diesel migration generate. And we're going to generate a create users migration like so. And as you can see, there has been a new directory created in our migrations directory right here. So let's open that up. And you want to go to the up.sql. And here you want to write create table. And we're going to name it users. And in this table, we want to have an ID like so. And that is going to be a big int of size 20, and we want this to be unsigned and not null. And we also want this to auto increment like so. And then we want to have a username, and that is going to be a varchar of size 255, and that is not going to be null. And finally, we want to have a password, and that is also going to be a varchar of size 255, and it's also going to be not null. Alright, so finally we want to add a primary key on ID like so, and then the engine is going to be inodb default. And then the char set is UTF-8. All right, so that looks pretty good. And then you want to move over into the down.sql, and in here you want to simply say drop table and then users like so. All right, so you can close those two files, and then you want to write diesel migration run. Alright, so the error is that this should say unsigned, not usigned. So let's try running that again. And as you can see, this migration is now done. Alright, so you can close the up.sql file again. And now you want to write in the terminal diesel and then print schema and just to the source/schema.rust file. And if you open up that file, so you can see that there has been a new table created here. So that's the users, and that looks pretty good. Alright, so you can close that file, and then you want to open up the models.rust file, and in here you want to create a new public struct. It's going to be called users, and this is going to have a public ID of type I64, a public username of type string, and finally a public password of type string like so. So at the top here you want to add derive and then queryable like so, and then we want to create another struct, so pub struct new user. And in here, we're just going to have a public username that's going to be a string, and a public password, and that is going to be a string as well. Alright, so then you want to add up top here, you want to add derive, and then insertable, and then hashtag table name, so that's table name like so, and that's just going to be users. Alright, so that looks pretty good. So then you want to move over into the lib.rust file, and in here you want to create a new public function called create user or create new user. And in here you want a connection, and that's going to be a reference to a MySQL connection. And then you want a username that's going to be a string and a password, and that is also going to be a string, and that is going to return users. And then we want to use the schema for users, and we want to declare a new variable called new user, and that's going to be a new user, and it's going to have a username. So we're going to grab the username from up here, and then also the password, and that's going to be the password, and we're going to grab the password from up here, and then we want to diesel insert underscore into the users table, and the values are going to be the new user, like so, and we want to execute this on our connection, and then we want this to expect error saving new user, like so. And then we want to, let's see, there might be an error somewhere. Alright, we'll deal with that later. So then we want to do users table, and we want to order this by users ID, and that's going to be descending. And then we want the connection, like so, and we want to unwrap all of that. Alright, so I think the error might have been here. We forgot the semicolon. Yes, so now you can see all of this looks a little bit more pretty. Alright, so now you want to go to the top of this file, and here you want to add two more models. So that is going to be new user and also users, like so. Alright, so that is it for this video, and in the next one we are going to actually make a registration page and insert a user into the database. So good luck and happy coding.